Animal shelters all across metro Atlanta are feeling the strain. LifeLine Animal Project says dog surrenders and returns are rising sharply, while at the same time adoptions and foster placements are declining. So both of those trend lines are going in directions that you probably don't want them to be going in. Joining us right now to talk all about this is Tiki artist with LifeLine Animal Project to give us some insight on what is driving this trend and what can be done to resolve it. Tiki, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, so we have seen some very concerning numbers over the past year, I would say. Actually, the past couple of months, it's been really bad. Between April of last year and April of this year, we have seen a 30% increase in dog surrenders at our shelters in Fulton and DeKalb counties, and a 43% increase in the number of dogs being returned to our shelters. And those numbers are very concerning for us.
What's driving that? Why such a sharp uptick right now?
Well, we've talked to staff members, and they're all telling us the same thing, that financial stressors, people not knowing where their next paycheck is going to be coming from, some people being laid off. Housing is a big issue right now. The price of gas is up, the price of vet care is up, but primarily housing issues. When people are losing their jobs or they're not sure if they're going to be able to pay their bills, what happens is they end up being evicted. And when they're evicted and they have to go into an apartment complex, for example, sometimes those places don't take certain breeds of animals. And as a result, those animals are ending up in our shelters.
Is this a trend that you've seen before where animal surrenders, animals showing up at the shelters follows a pattern of economic struggles?
Yes, that is a very good question. We always say that when people suffer, their pets suffer as well. Pets are part of our families. And so when you are having trouble putting food on the table, when you don't know if your job is stable, when the economy is topsy-turvy, people become very distressed. And that distress, unfortunately, follows with their pets because they are part of our family. So we have definitely seen this before.
And I'm assuming the answer is yes, but I want to make sure we ask it directly. Do the factors that you're referring to here also inhibit, also decrease the number of people who tend to come forward and want to adopt those dogs, cats, other pets, want to foster them?
Yes, there's a lot of economic uncertainty at the moment. And so we are seeing that trend as well, where adoptions are down, fostering is down. And those are the primary ways that we get animals out of the shelter and into loving homes. And so, again, all of this across the board, the economy affects all of us in very different ways.
So we've done, I think, a pretty good job here of sketching out some of the challenges and the admittedly challenging environment that's going on right now. Let's talk about solutions. What solutions are out there and how can people help?
Well, Lifeline can help. One of the ways that we try to help keep people and pets together, because that is our primary goal, is to keep pets in their families where they belong and out of our shelters. For DeKalb County residents, we have a mobile clinic that goes around 8 times a month, providing free vet vaccinations, microchips, and examinations for pets. You don't have to pay for it. You do have to go online and sign up for that. We also have free spay and neuter services for DeKalb County residents. So that is a cost that you don't have to pay. If you want to get your animal spayed or neutered, you can come to Lifeline Animal Project if you live in DeKalb County, and we'll do that for you for free. In Fulton County, we also have our Pets for Life program for residents that need a little extra help with vet care and with vet costs, and also with supplies and food, all of those things. Lifeline is there to help you with some of those resources.
What message would you have for somebody who might be watching this, might have a pet that they love, but as you've alluded to, they may also have economic stressors right now where they're contemplating making some really tough financial decisions. They're worried about being able to continue to take care of that pet they love. What advice would you give them?
Well, it is a heartbreaking thing to see, and I would say that reach out to Lifeline, walk into one of our shelters. We have all sorts of resources that can help people. But also, if you happen to know of a family that's struggling, maybe someone in your neighborhood, offer them a little help. They may need help with pet care or just pet sitting for a day or two. All of those things cost money. If you know of a family that's struggling to put food on the table, offer to help them out. And the other big thing that we see this time of year, pets getting lost and ending up in our shelters. I cannot stress the importance of making sure that your animal is microchipped. We have so many animals that come into our shelters that are not microchipped. We don't know who they belong to. And we know from statistically speaking that most animals, when they go missing, they are lost less than a mile away from home. So if you bring that animal into a shelter, they have a much less likely chance of getting reunited with their owner. So bring them to the shelter. We'll scan for a microchip. If the animal is not microchipped, we are also asking people to consider being a friendly finder, which means taking care of that animal, holding on to it, being a foster until we're able to find that animal a home. But these are ways that we can keep animals out of the shelter, and they have a much better chance of being adopted that way. And also, this is National Adopt a Foster Pet Month. So during the month of June, you can adopt any pet that's in our foster homes. We have thousands of foster parents with Lifeline Animal Project. You can adopt any of those animals for free this month, and all of our animals come spayed, neutered, microchipped, and vaccinated.
Let's spend another moment here. We're short on time, but let's spend a moment on this before we go here, talking about fostering. Because I am sure there are animal lovers out there who are watching this right now and who are thinking, boy, I want to help out. I'm not in a position, perhaps, to adopt a pet right now for whatever reason. But fostering is another way that you can really help out. And it is not the kind of lifelong commitment that adoption brings, right?
Fostering is an amazing way to provide a home for an animal temporarily and get them out of the shelter. We have one of the largest foster programs possibly in the country. We have thousands of foster parents, and I call a lot of them serial fosters. What they'll do is they'll bring an animal into their home for a short amount of time until that animal is adopted, and then they'll come back to the shelter and get another one and provide a home for that animal. Fostering is a wonderful way to help if you can't do long-term adoption. And the great thing about fostering is that, again, we support you. The animal will be spayed, neutered, vaccinated, microchipped, but also you can help provide notes about that animal. We get to learn a little bit about its personality, and that makes it easier for us to match that animal with a loving family, and bring that animal into a positive environment where they can flourish.
And that certainly is a goal everybody can get behind. Tiki, before we go, last question for you. If somebody is watching all this, they want to have one place they can go to get all the information they need. Is there a website, a phone number? What's the place they can go to learn more about all of this?
LifelineAnimal.org, that is our website. We have all the information that you need about all of our shelters there. I know as of right now, we are 43 dogs over at both of our shelters. So please consider adopting. And if you can't adopt, please consider fostering.
All right, Tiki Artist with Lifeline Animal Project. Really important conversation. Thank you for your time and your perspective. And if you're watching right now, go click that link. Help out some animals if you can.